Welcome back to the Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 Let's Play. Today I'm going to be starting off with a Shadow story. That attack was so cool. It's a shame you can't even do that in the game.
Transmission from HQ. There's an SOS coming from Dr. Eggman's base. Our last communication with our agent was 26 hours ago. We expect an immediate rescue. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Understood. Initiating the mission now.
Oh, that teleport was so fantastic as well. Well, the only way we could teleport is, of course, using Chaos Emeralds. Alright, so with that being said, here comes Shadow the Hedgehog's gameplay. Basically, he's basically like he's basically like Sonic's, general gameplay, aesthetics, and basically he's like Sonic the Hedgehog, only except he's more, given more focus on combat, He's more combat focus oriented, basically. Basically, how it flows and kicks and punches, and Shadow's, in contrast to Sonic's, his homing attack is a lot more, stronger than that, and it has a lot more strength to it. The thing about Shadow's comp is, of course, you can actually use flows and kicks and punches, which basically can decimate any enemy. Basically, it's called the Chaos Smash. Basically, it's a combinated amount of kicks. So basically, he can actually get rid of any enemies. Give you an example. And of course, they can be used to get rid of these enemies quite quickly. Though the action robots. So basically, not only that, Shadow can also use Chaos Spear in order to stun enemies, as well as his, of course, leg sweep that he shares with Sonic. Chaos Attack, also known as Chaos Smash. Okay, so let's get rid of that one. Look at all that. So basically, that was that is Shadow's gameplay. So basically, he has Chaos powers, which can be obtained later on. But now we get up with Rouge the Bat, who is basically Knuckles. She can glide, and like Tails, she can actually throw its, of course, snipe bombs. Basically, they are really well useful for this kind of. They can be used much better for getting rid of those searchlights. And by throwing a bomb, she actually bounces up for no reason. Basically, how many times have we seen? Oh, like that! You actually bounce up in the air, and that makes no sense. Oh, set the alarm off, for God's sakes! Get that searchlight. Got that searchlight. Yeah, okay, so basically a lot of you may be wondering why Shadow actually is doing a rescue mission and has these vehicles. Well, you guess who actually hires him? That's right, G.U.N. He is now hired. Shadow now, since he actually put the past behind him in Sonic and Shadow the Hedgehog, basically he now works for G.U.N. If you haven't watched the basically, if you actually watch the ending for Shadow the Hedgehog, you'll know that he actually not only puts the past behind him, but if you play the expert mode of Shadow the Hedgehog, you'll be able to know that the G.U.N. commander actually basically the G.U.N. commander decides to have a proposition for Shadow. Basically, Shadow now decides to accept this proposition so that he can now be able to make sure that he can actually protect the world and stop the stop all evil. So basically, he no longer works for Black Doom because he's now dead, and he no longer works for Dr. Turgapper because basically, apparently, whatever the Doctor does is no concern of shadows no more. Basically, vehicles can be used to actually destroy anything and can be driven in any other things like, of course, water and, of course, anything that needs to be done, as well as getting rid of the searchlights is one of them that you just saw. And they got guns on them. Basically, making Shadow's gameplay stand out from Sonic's gameplay, which we did earlier on this game. So now we've done the first stage, which is really easy, but I did get an A rank in the process, which is pretty...
Don't you want to know what this is?
I don't want to know, Rouge. Looks very
My
suspicious.
assignment was to rescue you, nothing more.
Oh, that's rude.
Fine. With you, it's always business.
My fault's exactly, Rouge. Oh no, guess what's coming on? One of those robots. How come do these robots have to keep...
Seems they don't want us to leave.
Let's get this over with.
My words exactly, Shadow. We need to get out of there. But of course, the Egg Cerberus has to appear out of nowhere. Okay, so Egg Cerberus round 2. This time round, it's the turn of Shadow the Hedgehog doing it instead of Sonic. And this time round, we're fighting it at the White Acropolis. And basically, this one is a much more harder version of the This one is a much more harder version. Basically, the same. You have the. Basically, we have the same strategy actually appear. The same strategy actually applies to this boss fight. However, you can actually destroy. However, you want a good time bonus, you have to destroy the searchlight set, which give you 1,000 points, which is pretty cool. Basically, there's nothing very strong to crush the god dog into. Which means now you have to destroy him in 4 hits, without any statues, which only destroy any one of the which destroy, of course, half of his health. You now have to destroy him, lead him into the walls using his antenna on the head. Same case with Sonic, but this time around. Basically, it's a lot more harder. It's more harder version of this boss, exactly. Oh! It was too far away. That was pretty good. Oh, wow! That was cheap. Let me get... Oh! Get back here. Naughty boy! Get back here! Ah, stop running! Oh, he stopped, so basically I can get on. That's my chance. Oh, here we go. But this is what he does. Watch this. He does the exact same thing as he does with Sonic the Hedgehog. But we'll see what happens when I actually destroy it for the first time. Trust me, you will despise this boss. Oh, he missed me. Oh, he just missed me. That was good. But let's see what happens. He throws me off. I only home attack back onto the antenna because it actually throws me off nearby the antenna. Not a good idea, but I managed to defeat it anyway. And the Egg Cerberus is once again down for the second time. And hopefully that is the last time I get to fight the Egg Cerberus. Well, basically it is. And I got an S rank.
Perfect.
Okay, finally we managed to do that. Managed to get 2 gold medals now. Okay, so now Shadow and Rouge have gone into Soliana's new city. and find themselves being in a computer into that secret room, which we faced earlier.
Ah, Soliana, the city of water. It has a constitutional monarchy, you know. The primary industries are tourism and crafting precision machinery.
Well, I could dispute that.
The current sovereign is Princess Elise III.
Miss or Princess Carrot Legs.
Why does Eggman's base lead to an odd place like this?
I don't want to know,
How should
Shadow.
I know? I just followed my orders and retrieved the item. Anyway, I have a little favor to ask of you. Could you escort me to the G.U.N. rendezvous point?
Where's the rendezvous point?
It's the ancient castle of Soliana in Kingdom Valley.
Oh, so now we're gonna go to Kingdom Valley very early on in the game.
Rouge, respond. I've prepared the means to go to Kingdom Valley. Go to the forest gate immediately.
Well, of course, that is, of course, the gun commander. Who actually sounds a little different than he did in the first one. But before we do go to the forests, the new forest, we're gonna get our first batch of upgrades. First of all, it's the airship, which of course is the light speed dash, and the blue memory shard, which of course gives us our first chaos power, the chaos snap. Hey. But we'll show that off next time. But now we've got to do two more. You've got to do two more missions. First one is called Emergency Order, captures the thieves' cars, and this is where I think the loading times are full of shit because you know. This mission right here, and Johnny has a good, and some comments Johnny has a good point in his review of this game. Oh, and this is where the collision detection really becomes extremely more, you know, infuriating. My biggest, now the thing is, what you just saw is that there was one loading time between the mission and the briefing and the mission start. I just talked to the G.U.N. The G.U.N. Soldier, and the mission actually starts. I mean, why can't they be like that? Instead of actually going to doing the briefing, actually loading the briefing. That makes it even more, you know. Ugh. But anyway, in this mission, we have to use the buggy in order to shoot down these thieves' cars. Basically, it's like you actually go through this part of I think it's Wave Ocean, only except it's highway, a Wave Ocean highway, I believe it is, of Soliana. Come on, stop car! Can I get him? Me having to try to slow down, it keeps sliding all over the place. The buggy is quite durable, but the handling in this is absolute shit. Yeah, the handling is so dreadful and dodgy on the buggy. Even though it's actually quite a good vehicle, it still leaves a lot to be desired. And
maybe
my first D rank. But then again, there's not much upgrades for Shadow to get, so that doesn't really matter much. The only reason why I get to do a load of these missions with Sonic the Hedgehog and get the S ranks is because it's just to get all Sonic's upgrades, well, the majority of them anyway. Okay, so we're off to our second Shadow mission. We're going to defeat the enemies on the shopping street. And yes, I've decided it's about time to... So from now on, I'm going to cut all of the briefings because I just think it's pointless to actually... It's just to cut out the filler. I think it's just nothing but filler, the briefing is. Anyway, this is of course one of Shadow's first mook rushes, and what a way to begin with, to actually go with the Iblis monster, to actually fight Iblis monsters before you even got to Crisis City. That was it, but to be fairly honest, that didn't take much time at all. And I ended up with an A rank, I believe. Yes, I did. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next part for Shadow the Hedgehog story. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. So Shadow decides to escort Rouge out of White Acropolis and decides to escort her to the rendezvous point in Kiddo Valley with a item which is known as the Scepter of Darkness. But will Shadow be able to succeed in that plan, and will Gun be able to retrieve the item that Rouge was looking for? Find out in the next episode of Shadow's story in Sonic the Hedgehog 2006.
Come on, let the fuse, he's a rocket and he's ready to go. Cause now the countdown has started and he's ready to blow. He's got the dope sounds.